All right, we're back. That was a little bit of Patrice. Like I said, we're playing tribute to the women of soca this Saturday morning. For those of you who might remember, Carrie was last year. Patrice tore up Churchill Square.
She did. That's the best I've seen her.
Oh yeah, she killed it.
That is the best. Like I've seen her in Calgary.
Yeah.
I've never seen her like she was last year. That was a different Patrice.
Yeah.
That came to Edmonton last year.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome to come back anytime, Patrice. If you can give us what we call mates rates. Come on back anytime.
I'm pretty sure you guys got it.
Yeah. Cool. But it is after 8 o'clock. It is that time, the hour of violence, where we dub someone the north end of a southbound.
This is where I apologize to everyone listening.
Yes. Yeah. I make no apologies. Of course, the usual disclaimer.
Yes, please put that.
Yes, the views expressed in this segment are not the views of My Radio 580 AM or Danny.
Definitely not me.
Or in this case, Emily Shepard.
Yeah.
Yes. There's a little disclaimer on it. No, sir, you're on your own, mate.
I know. I'm good.
But this is when we pay homage to those of us in life that do things that do warrant us to shake our head, put our hand in our face, and be like, what were you thinking at that moment?
All right. What do you got?
Well, this goes out to a young lady in college. And now this surfaced this week. This incident happened last year, but the police body camera footage surfaced this week. That's the way I figure you're going to have a laugh, because it does involve law enforcement.
Yeah.
But not in the way you might think.
No.
Okay.
And this is a situation where I don't even understand how
The thought process.
Yeah. Now, as black people, we know there's certain things when it comes to law enforcement you don't do.
Right.
One of them is touch their equipment. We know you just don't do it.
Exactly.
It ain't going to end well for you.
Yep.
They will, respond in a manner according to what you've done. So the police are on a traffic stop. There was just one patrol officer. She was driving through a parking lot, almost got hit by someone pulling out. So she leveled the lights, she got out, and she was talking to the person. But the angle she was at, her back was to her cruiser. She couldn't see the cruiser. Now, there were these two young ladies, caveat, they're white, not black. Black women would never do this stupidness. I'll just say that right now. But
100%.
one of them decided they needed a ride. Saw the police cruiser with the lights on, which means they're in an active scene, opens the back of the cruiser and sits in back of said police cruiser, waiting for the police officer to return. Now, of course, the officer returns not knowing there's someone sitting in the back of her cruiser.
Ooh.
She then turns around and is like, what are you doing in here?
Yeah.
The response, I need a ride to the bar.
Right.
Was she already drunk though?
My look, I gave the same look when I saw that. I was like,
Was she already drunk?
did I hear that right?
She looked a little bit, little drunk.
Yeah.
Little misunderstanding of what public service is.
Right.
Who gets to the back of a police cruiser and asks them, one, the cops will give you a ride in situations.
Yeah.
They will do this. But not to a bar.
I don't want to ride in
not
the
a
police
taxi
vehicle. I can trek. I'll walk quick.
Yeah. She was so like, and then she gets out and proceeds to be like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was a problem. I thought it would be okay. Do you really need my ID? And of course, the officer at this point has lost.
Yeah. We're serious here.
Yeah. And it was a female officer, and she was just, she didn't know what to do. She was just like, she was so mad.
And I think it probably was part of our training manual to help a victim, give him a ride. But listen, common sense says that we're busy here. And to your point, Emily Shepard, where you said the cops are being made to do everything that they're even trained for, right? So I'm going to leave a crime scene
And
to
be a
go
taxi?
drop you off at the bar. There's Uber app and all that, right? And this is where culture shock comes in, right? So it's crazy. So where I come from, the police is not your friend. So you going to meet a cop to say, hey, I want to ride in your vehicle. Like, I wouldn't even do it here because man, have you seen the back of those SUVs?
They're not comfortable.
Yeah, they look. I've never because just the fact that there's a
the mesh screen.
like
or whatever.
machine in between the cops and the back. I wouldn't want to go into that cop because of my culture shock. Like police is not your friend in Nigeria. Sorry, Nigerians, if you're listening to me. But the truth is, you know, it was just common sense. This officer is doing their job, and you come in and say, "I need a ride to the bar." It's funny, man. It's funny.
It's an incredible level of entitlement. I
Oh,
gotta say.
yeah.
It's-
So-
yeah.
So of course, she calls in the officer calls in the incident report. Another officer shows up on scene, her supervisor, and they're like, "Well, listen, she's going to get hit with public mischief, interfering with a official, a cop on official police duties, and we'll figure some other stuff out. But book her, take her down to the precinct." So of course they cuff her, and she's like, "But I didn't." He's like, so the officer, brilliant response. She's like, "Hey, listen, you wanted a ride."
You're getting one.
There's a number of bars where you're going.
You wanted a ride to the bar.
Yeah, you're getting it.
I have a assortment of bars.
Yeah.
So believe me, you won't run out of bars where you're going right now.
Yep.
So to that young lady, you are without a doubt the north end of a southbound donkey, and you get the coveted
I'm down.